Sweet. We are live on StreamYard. Hopefully, this is going to be a better stream than last time. Hopefully, my internet does not crash out every 3 seconds. Let's get it. Let's go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. What up? What up? Mara, what's up? Hopefully, this goes smooth. I mean, my internet has been okay. So, what's up, Plubius? Not much, man. Not much. Just sitting in my underwear recording recording a live stream right now because it is plus 26 degrees in my house. Well, there you are after all, Plubius. I'm alive. I'm alive. How's it going, man? It's going. It is going. I'll tell you guys that much. Just surviving like you guys. But yeah, I thought hop on stream here, talk about a few things. Let me know if it's laggy or anything because yeah, I've been having internet problems. I've been having internet problems the last couple days or so. So I feel facts. Yeah, we're gonna chill and talk for a bit, and then we'll hop into these allegations, these brutal allegations. Dun 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 dun. I live in northern Mexico. It's been getting hot as fuck again. Yeah, true. Like right now, I'm in Canada and we're getting like crazy heat right now. I did hear you say in the failed stream that part 2 of the EDP new allegation video is still in progress. Yeah. I recorded a bit more today. It's quite a lot of information to go through. It's not like a simple EDP's lawyers trying to sue me type video. It's like a full-blown thing. So and there's about 11 minutes of destructor video that I have to integrate in the video as well. So it's been a thing. Lil Rose says sublube, not much, man. Not much. Getting ready just for a cozy night. Thought I might as well stream for a bit. Talk about some new allegations that hit the towers. We have another set of allegations. I know you're having trouble communicating it, but I heard enough to figure it out. Yeah, it was just the internet was just really bad the last 2 days or whatever. Hopefully it's better tonight though. I mean, so far it looks like it's running pretty good. But yeah, I tried in a little as amount as I could get my point across and know what was going on. Yo, what up, Destructor? What's up? What's up? Have you heard about the Disney cruise ship situation? Oh, where they arrested a bunch of like people making CP and shit? Yeah, I heard about that. Shit's crazy. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about that. It did that to me yesterday. Yeah, true. But yeah, the Disney cruise ship situation is fucking crazy. Like, wasn't it like how many employees was it? It was like 20 employees, right? Like, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, sick. Yeah. Just sick stuff, man. Sick stuff. 28. Holy shit. I knew it was in the 20s, but 28, god damn. What has Disney said about it? They're just like, monkey hear no evil, monkey see no evil. They're like, oh, whatever. Jesus Christ. I have a question about Canada. How many people live in the very north parts since it's cold as hell up there and a lot of mountains? Well, like if you actually look at like the geography of Canada, we're mostly known for just like our raw natural materials. So like 80% or 95% of the population all lives like on the coast of America. So like if you actually look at a population map of Canada, there's like nothing. Like in the Northwest Territories, you might have some people that are usually up there just for work, right? There's some people up there that work on railroads and trucking and stuff like that because there is some small towns up there. So some people go up there to do trucking and oil rigs and shit like that. But for the most part, most civilization is like pretty near the border. because there's not much like livable land up in the mountains and stuff. Um, so it's kind of cool how Canada's so big, but we only live in a small portion of it. You mean the Disney Predator cruise stuff? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Right? Haven't heard any statements or anything that exists. Yeah, they're probably just going to ignore it. Disney is little Epstein. Well, it's crazy how like you look at Disney and Nickelodeon and shit like that, and you realize how much pedophiles are in those groups. Any industry where they like interact with kids a lot, there's going to be pedophiles. Like it is, it's not a safe world. It's not a safe world. It really isn't. Speaking of pedophiles, though, today we're talking about a pedophile that I just found out. And this story to me is so fucking crazy. I don't typically hop on a live stream to talk about specific grooming allegations, but this shit is actually insane. Like there's a whole like 75-page document like just talking about this one person. Like holy shit. And it just happens to be going on in a game I play, which is Sea of Thieves. Right? So I play Sea of Thieves. I've been playing with my friend recently, and there is somebody in the community on the Discord that is grooming people. Disney always been evil? Yeah. Like Dan Schneider, for example. Exactly, man. Exactly. Who is Bruno? Okay, so we are going to get into the allegations. Like, if you guys want, we can hop into it now, unless you want to just sit in chat for a bit. But basically, Bruno is an individual in the Sea of Thieves community that's pretty high up in the Sea of Thieves community because they're like best friends with the like manager of communication or some shit like that. And essentially, he got caught like a year ago being creepy and weird towards minors in the Discord. And basically, the Sea of Thieves Discord community didn't do anything about it because they treat him so like much better than everyone else. And so recently, more allegations came out of him grooming a child again. And these ones are really damning. And it seems like Sea of Thieves again didn't take action until like 5 days later, which is so bad. What the fuck, 75 page? Yeah, there's a 75-page document, and then there's like a 25-page document. Mr. Brandon Starr, hey ploops, what's up, brother? What's up? Shit, Sea of Thieves. I literally just started playing that game a month ago, and I really like it. Yeah, it's a good game. I really enjoy it. But their Discord and the Discord and the communication stuff is really bad. I went on the Sea of Thieves Discord. I've never went on it before, but I want to see what it is. And that's all people are talking about on the Discord right now. Like this whole situation, it's like completely blowing up. And I feel like the Sea of Thieves managers or whoever's in the community program and stuff handled this guy so fucking poorly because they were being so biased, and it ended up getting a real life minor hurt. And I hate that so much. If there's people reporting someone in your community and you ignore it, and someone ends up getting groomed in your community because of your ignorance, that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Dang. You talking about Bruno the singer? What, like Bruno Mars? I'd groom a minor for ya. Oh yeah. Just kidding. No, we're not talking about Bruno Mars. We're talking about Captain Bruno. Bruno Mars. That's insanely fucked up. It is. No, this guy, like, this is actually a really fucked up situation. And not many people are talking about it right now, but it's fucked up on like so many levels because this guy used his position of power to groom minors. And then also the community that was supposed to be protecting those minors did not do their job. And yeah, it's just overall it's a really fucked up situation. Like it's not good. We are going to go over some of the DMs though. Some of the stuff I can't show because there's just straight up nudity. Not of the minor. I was really confused too when I first read through the documents because he's like, disclaimer, the next images you're going to see are have nudity in them. And I'm like, there's no way they posted CP in this document. I'm like, that would be so fucking stupid. And I scrolled down and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? But then I read the headline and it said it wasn't of the minor. But basically, what Bruno was doing is he was sending images of sexual content on the internet, trying to get the minor to copy it. Like, so basically, he was sending, we are going to get into these, don't worry, guys. But he was sending images of like girls like flashing the cam, like flashing their phone or flashing, doing a selfie or whatever. And he would send it to the minor asking them to imitate it. It's like, yeah, it's really fucked up. This guy was 30, I think he's like 32 to 36 years old, from my understanding. CSAM trading is crazy, especially in a game about piracy. brother, we're just on the seas having fun, fucking looting each other, having a good time, singing some fucking, songs, drinking grog. And then you got creeps like this behind the scenes in the community that have just been festering. And the community, like the community managers and stuff, didn't give a shit. They just like kept this guy around, even though there was reports of him being weird and creepy like a year ago. And then we just found out now that he groomed another minor. Like, holy fuck, bro. What the fuck? I know. It's crazy. Like this whole situation, like I haven't felt this weird covering a situation since like I talked about the Cookie Lol XX situation. Swear every game or fandom I get into always has some really dark shit going on behind the scenes. I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, look, there's a lot of fandoms out there that have like a creepy, weird thing going on in the background. It just sucks because I feel like a lot of these community managers and stuff just don't give a shit. We gotta go back to Pokemon card trading. Yeah, I mean, CSAM, I guess, is the new thing to trade around. Like, oh, I'll take your, fucking CSAM for my CSAM. It's gross. Why is Bruno doing that? Well, I would only assume that his music career didn't work, so he decided to go into grooming. Just kidding. The reason why I think Bruno did that is because he's in a position of power in the Sea of Thieves community. He's also a pedophile. So each fandom has creepy weirdos in it. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find them everywhere, unfortunately. Even in a game as innocent as Sea of Thieves, where you just go out as a pirate with your friends and just go fight other pirates and loot shit and go on treasure hunts and stuff, does have a pedophilic people in that community. Unfortunately, they fester everywhere. Um, so on. Let's actually get into the allegations here. I give you guys some background. We are going to get some background into the allegations to begin with, because the individual who made this Google Doc, also added some context. Let me know if it's too zoomed out, because for whatever reason, StreamYard does this weird thing where it like zooms it out. I mean, I'm going to be reading it anyways, but if you guys want to like follow along, I guess. I'm doing research right now. They already made videos of the Bruno files. Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna get into. I don't know if I'm gonna do the full Bruno files because it's like 75 pages and it's gonna be like a 7-hour stream. But first want to get through the first set allegations and some context, and then maybe we'll hop into the Bruno files, or we'll do something else. I mean, Destructor asked in the Discord if I was gonna do the Q&A after, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. Tell me if you guys can see the words okay, because I know it's going to be a little bit blurry given the context of this, because I might try to. I can't really get rid of this overlay, unfortunately, but yeah, make sure you guys got your drinks, your popcorn, whatever, because this shit's about to get wild. All right, so we go. Who is Bruno slash he slash them? Bruno, no. Sorry, hold on. I gotta get close to the monitor here. Bruno, who goes by the username he slash them, previously known as Testicle, is a fairly known Sea of Thieves boatswain who is mostly known on Sea of Thieves official Discord, in which he is currently fairly active as a regular. He has now been banned. He used to be active on X, but due to a series of events already involving issues with the minor, he greatly limited his online presence, moving to Blue Sky and becoming active in the Sea of Thieves Discord server. He became a boatswain on the 9th of April 2026. After being appointed by a community manager, boatswains are community members defined as helpful, knowledgeable, and positive, always there to lend a hand. Bruno is expected to show exceptional behavior within the community. Unfortunately, as the document will show, this is not the case. However, despite public outcry and resistance from the boatswain members, Bruno maintains his status in the community, and any mention of him and his endeavors on official Sea of Thieves channels have been systematically removed and silenced. For more details about anything involving these events, his previous endeavors, and questionable behavior, please refer to the following document, which is the Bruno files. Hold on. YouTube has a Zoom feature for like you guys, because I'm streaming on StreamYard right now. So basically, before we even like do that, from my understanding, is the Sea of Thieves managers and the community already knew that this guy was bad in the community, yet the manager automatically promoted him to a boatswain, which or boatswain or something. And basically what that means is that they're expected to help the community out and be kind of there for anybody who has questions, right? So you can imagine a lot of people who are getting into Sea of Thieves for the first time, younger and whatever, they'd be going to these boatswains in the community to get a positive reaction and to actually get some good information about Sea of Thieves and stuff. And when you have a guy with a history of being weird and creepy towards minors, you guys promote him to a very prominent figure in the community that requires him to talk to many minors. Like, are we fucking kidding right now? And as the document claims, basically when this situation came out, they didn't initially ban him. He's banned now as of today. He's banned off Sea of Thieves and he's been removed off the Discord. But for like a couple days with this all going around, people are going to the Sea of Thieves Discord basically saying, hey, yo, guys, why is this guy still part of the community? He has serious allegations, right? Like really bad ones. What is going on here? And even if they were false, I think Sea of Thieves does have the due diligence to ban him until they figure out what's going on, right? So they knew these documents came out and they knew the severity of them, yet they kept him around for days. Like, are we fucking kidding? And anytime someone mentioned the problem with that or the issue, they would get silenced. Like, are we fucking kidding right now? Covering it up is sad. I know that's what, like, yeah, obviously grooming minors is bad, but that's even a bad part too, is the fact that the community, the managers, the community, Sea of Thieves community did not protect the children. Like, that's crazy. Release the Sea of Thieves files. Oh, we're getting into it. We're opening the floodgates right now. It's like you mentioned, you get a permanent ban. Yeah, like that's just fucking insane. Like, that's just crazy. Okay, so we have a little bit of context here. Why did I decide to make this document? Writing this document, am I writing? Ugh, hold on. Burp. I, writing this document, am not the victim of Bruno. I've had a few and limited interactions with Bruno, but as an active member of the community, I've stayed up to date on the events currently unfolding. On the 9th of May, I was contacted by a player which I had spoken to before a few times. This player, which in this document will be referred to as Anon for the sake of anonymity, reached out to me and to ask for advice regarding interactions with Bruno. Over the course of the last 7 months, upon speaking to Anon over the past few days, we have compiled undeniable evidence against Bruno involving unacceptable sexual behavior towards the minor. All evidence and descriptions of events in this document are documented by myself and with involvement of Anon, who has read and confirmed all contents of this doc. Similarly, all proof was provided to me by Anon. Anon is throughout sorry, excuse me. All evidence concerning the event, document myself, who has read and confirmed all contents of the doc. Similarly, all proof was provided to me by Anon. Anon is throughout all events which unfold at the age of 15. The documents was made for the purpose of exposing the behavior Bruno has had, in which he systematically manipulated a minor into sharing explicit material. We wish to put an end to this behavior and any similar behaviors in the future using this document. Anon has spoken to an adult IRL regarding this matter. I have access to no sensitive information about Anon, and I'm merely documenting what Anon has shared to me. Yo, what's going on? Okay, I'll catch you guys up. I don't know who this is, but why are so many people pedos nowadays? I don't know. Pedos have always been around. They're just more active these days because the internet's so much bigger than it used to be. First R. Kelly, then EDP, then Burn Show, David, now Bruno. Yeah. Can someone to explain to me who this Bruno person is? Okay, to catch you up, if you guys weren't here when we actually like kind of explained who he is, Bruno was a very prominent member in the Sea of Thieves community. As you guys know, Sea of Thieves is that pirate game that came out a little while ago. And basically, he was a boatswain in the Discord community, which basically is a position for people who are trustworthy and are very knowledgeable about the game. So when new people come into the Sea of Thieves community, they'll go and find one of these boatswains and message them and say, hey, new to the community, can you tell me what I'm supposed to do? What's the best things to do? How do I grind? Whatever. And so Bruno, who goes by he slash, or was it he slash them? By the way, that's their username. I don't know if that's their actual pronouns. basically he was accused of some really inappropriate behavior years past, right? Years past, he was accused of being inappropriate with minors and the transgender community. And so the Sea of Thieves community knew this, but they liked him. So the manager of the Discord and of community, like the manager, community manager on Discord, decide to push him into the boat swaying community, which only people who have been voted by the community and are trustworthy get put into. So already that was sketchy as fuck how the manager just fucking pushed him into that position. Years, yeah, like 2 years ago or a year ago. How old is Bruno? He's between the ages of 32 and 37, from my understanding. From the documents I've seen, he's between 32 and 37, and he was recently accused of grooming a 15-year-old in the Sea of Thieves community. But basically, he was accused of grooming recently, and a lot of people in the Discord already didn't like him because they thought he was weird already. And instead of them actually stepping up and doing anything, they just stayed silent the whole time. These documents just came out of him grooming a 15-year-old and being very sexually explicit. And then the community managers and stuff didn't do anything about it for the first couple days. So for like the first 2-3 days, anytime anyone mentioned the allegations or brought it up in the Discord, they would either get banned or they would get silenced. And so this has become a huge problem because not only do you have a predator in your community that was taking advantage of his role as a boat swain that's supposed to be trustworthy and give information to new players, but you also were silencing people speaking up about it and then keeping him in the Discord. Even though a year passed, he also had allegations, but you guys didn't care about that. So you let him join your community anyways. But now, as of today, he has been banned. He's off the Discord. He's off everything like that. It's just, I don't know. It's not looking good right now. How the fuck is it that they're realizing this now? No, they knew. That's why this is such a big deal, is because a lot of people in the community believe that the Discord knew about Bruno and his actions and just didn't do anything about it for some reason. So that's kind of where a lot of the controversy is coming from, because people are like, what the fuck? Lil Mar is still on the loose harassing Kanye's daughter, of course. So they knew about his creepy behavior and still was okay with it. Hypothetically, that's what the theory is, but let's stick to the facts here. The facts is that this information came out a little bit ago and it took them 3 days to actually ban him. And people in the Discord were trying to tell management in the Discord, the managers and stuff, and the Discord reps and stuff, like, hey, this guy's been accused of grooming a 15-year-old in this Discord, in this specific Discord. Why is he still here? And they would just silence people. I don't know if Bruno was doing it himself, but that's what people are speculating, that they were just straight up silencing people, even though we now have very damning evidence of him grooming a 15-year-old. Like, holy shit. Not to mention, a year prior from him even joining the Sea of Thieves community, he was also being accused of being weird towards minors on Twitter and shit like that. Did you hear Nova Online allegedly abused his dog and one of them ended up dying because he allegedly kicked one of them years ago? Yeah, I've been kind of keeping up with the thing. I know Jidion's been kind of doing some dives. All right, let's get back to this because we're actually getting into some of the damning stuff now. Okay. So we have the interview. In the following chapter, you'll find a transcript of our conversation. Due to the sensitive of the matter, we decided it would be most comfortable for Anon to answer questions regarding of what happened in this interview. I've attempted to map out the events of what happened in as much detail as possible without compromising Anon. Additionally, I've chosen to change the words of Anon to assure the writing style wording wouldn't be recognizable. Nonetheless, the transcripts stay truthful to the conversation. At the rest of the document, we have discussed the conversed about the events prior to the interview. In the interview, it is intended to be a final discussion where we map out all events. Anon has approved everything that is consented to being shared. Anon is the anonymous 15-year-old. Okay, for those of you who are confused on who Anon is. So, yeah, let's get right into this. So we have him saying, to start off, you said previously that you met Bruno through the Sea of Thieves Discord. This was about 7 months ago, right? How did the converse? How did he converse at first, and who was the one making contact in the DMs? They said, from what I can tell, the earliest message date back to 25/10/2025, but I had chatted with him for about a week prior to this. He stated he started the conversation at the time, probably after seeing my introduction into the Sea of Thieves Discord. He says, I see. So you're planning to go to the Sea of Thieves Fest, or did you go? She said, I went to the Sea of Thieves Fest in 2025, but I did not make contact with Bruno. I had at the time only heard of him and seen him in the official Sea of Thieves Discord. Says, off the bat, was he aware of your age and would he reach out multiple times, or it was it the both of you reaching out? She said, he knew I was 15 and I put my age in the Sea of Thieves Fest introduction. I also told him again later. He reached out a second time after I ran into him in the game where we spoke for a bit. From that point, we started really chatting. Says, so you had talk a small amount after he reached out the first, and then it accelerated after you ran into each other in the game. She said, yes. He said, and how was he at first? Was anything out of ordinary? Was he communicating originally and friendly? Said, at first, it was completely normal interactions. He was friendly and nothing was weird. He says, and at what point did it start getting very inappropriate? She says, after a bit, he started asking about my femboyism and gay being. That's how we slowly worked towards being sending sexual pictures. He says, I see. Do you have an estimate as how long you have been speaking when it became sexually suggestive? They said, I think around a month after we met on Sea of Thieves. Okay, I got to switch up. So this isn't a 15-year-old girl. This is a 15-year-old boy. All right. So that's fine. That's fine. You told me he recently deleted all his messages with you and blocked you. They said, yes, he blocked me and deleted all the messages earlier today. He said, what did he ask for first? Images of your face? They said, just of me with my clothes on. He would mostly ask for pictures of me in my femboy clothes. All right. Hold on. Let me catch up here. In your 30s, liking femboys. Yeah, liking femboys that are 15 years old. Like, that's fucking insane. And later it escalated, what image, personal information about you does he have? He said he had pictures of my face, body, and my room. He also knows my RL name, who I mostly play with, and what part of the country I'm from. Additionally, he knows details about struggles in my personal life. Said, in regards to the pictures of you, are some of them nude/sexual? They said, yes, a lot of the pictures of me he has are mostly sexual, and a few of them are nude. He said sexual as in CP, and essentially. They said, yes, not all pictures have visible sexual parts, but most of them are. He said, okay, I just wanted to make that entirely clear in the screenshots you provided. He sent you pornographic material. Was this repeating instances? Sorry, excuse me. They said, yes, that was a repeating event. He sent me those pictures to guide me and show me how he wanted me to be in the pictures. I would send back. He essentially used pornographic material as an example. Said, over how long did this go? And did you ever feel pressured, unsafe, or imitated or afraid? He said he did this for about 5 months, not every day, about 1 week per about 1 weekend per 2 weeks, because that's when I stayed at Redacted. I did not feel pressure, unsafe, intimidated, and afraid. I was scared to lose attention he was giving me. I was also scared I would hurt somebody else, and that he would share the pictures. They said, to your knowledge, did you save any of these pics? They said, I'm 100% sure he did. One time he sent me one of the pictures to me after I deleted it. I had sent and deleted it immediately, so he saved it in 5 seconds. It was up. He said, do you have an estimate as how much material was sent back and forth? He says, I think he sent me about 40 not safe for work examples to me. I believe I have sent him about 200 pictures to him. This guy has 200 pictures of CP. Holy shit. They said, you mentioned to me earlier that he blocked you now, but you also sent me screenshots of him trying to convince you to not tell anybody. Do you have any more info or context regarding this? Did he ever make it clear to you to keep this between the two of you in the past? They said, I had a hard time sending it because I didn't like him seeing it. He ensured me it would stay in our DMs. Said, would he tell you to keep your relation secret from your parents as well? They said yes. So he specifically told you not to tell anybody. They said yes. To your knowledge, did anyone else know about this part? Did anyone else know about this apart from you two? They said, to my knowledge, no. Only you and 2 friends I shared my story with. Holy shit. Holy shit. Let's have a little catch up here. Catch our breath here a little bit. 200, bro. Yeah, they're alleging that they sent over 200 sexual pictures to this guy. Like, holy fuck. lock his ass up? I'm hoping so. Could police take this document file for investigation? I'm sure they could. Sea of Thieves, they did finally comment on this situation, like after 3 days of letting this shit happen. Sea of Thieves did eventually write in the Discord that they're going to be forwarding the messages and helping and doing an investigation and shit like that. So he's pretty cooked. Not to mention, when it comes to allegations, I'm always like, okay, let's wait for them to respond. Bruno just deleted everything, right? It literally said on the Discord that he was deleting his messages actively on the Discord, which is not a good sign for an innocent person. He was like, it literally told the Discord that he was actively deleting messages. Not to mention, he deleted all his social media accounts, and now he's officially banned off Sea of Thieves. I'm sure he has a fake account that he's probably using to like peruse the Discord. But holy shit, this guy literally was like a poster child. Well, I shouldn't say child, but the guy was literally like a golden child in the Discord, right? Golden 36-year-old or whatever. Like he was getting the special treatment by the higher ups. He had a pretty, he had a pretty good thing going in the community, and then he fucked it up by grooming children. But yeah, from my understanding, I think this has been formally shared to the police, but again, I'm not too sure. All right, we continue with the interview where the interviewer says, "Okay, so in regard of making that decision to come forth with the story, what made you make the decision to leak? Can you explain what happened?" They said, "Around a month ago, I realized how stupid I was and stopped taking pictures for him. I started making up excuses to avoid taking pictures. He believed the excuses and probably didn't want to push harder and risk me finding out about his past, fearing I would share our interactions. Eventually, I got sent the Theb video and I discovered what Bruno had done in the past. Then I went to Redacted to ask for advice. Eventually, I contacted you directly. Is there anything you feel we've missed or anything you'd like to clarify? Any details we forgot that could be relevant?" They said, yes. He asked me if I knew any other femboys or trans people that wanted someone to talk to. He said he wanted to give them advice. They said, I see. So he was trying to use you to get contact with others. He said, yes, but I never gave him names of anybody else. They said, do you know of any others he spoke to? Are any of them minors to your knowledge? They said, I knew a few people because I saw them in the official Sea of Thieves or Sea of Thieves Fest Discord. I didn't know any of them well enough to know their ages, though. All right. Let's go back here. The single Google Doc get him behind bars. Oh yeah, for sure. What kind of advice though? 18 plus advice, weirdo. Well, that's the thing though. Is like I assume advice because the guy was trying to be like a trans ally, so he's pretending like he was an ally to the trans, even though I'm pretty sure he was just doing that to get close to them so he could like groom and stuff. So like I assume that's why he always called himself a trans ally, so he could just like groom the people in the trans community. But like, yeah, what kind of advice? Like what the fuck? He was definitely asking them because he wanted more people to groom. He wanted more children. Right? That's classic predator tactic where they'll go like, "Oh yeah, do any of your friends have Snapchat? Would they like to meet me? Like any of your, friends, that clearly are definitely older? Like fuck off." Like he knew exactly what he was doing, being manipulative. But now we're actually going to get into the screenshots, the actual DMs here, showing some of the messages that he made. And viewer discretion, these are rough. These are like really bad. But let's get right into it. So it says, evidence of inappropriate messages. Following the drama surrounding Bruno currently unfolding, he reached out to Anon to ensure their conversations would stay between them. So when he found out, this guy played a fucking Yandere dev where he found out that, some of the information was getting leaked and he was seeing his life twiddle before his eyes. He messaged the minor and basically said, this could stay between us, right? Because I know there's a lot of crazy shit going on right now, right? A lot of people saying how I'm grooming minors and stuff, but this is gonna stay between us, right? And if you leak it, that would make you a really bad person. Like, what a fucking, that's like Yandere dev level shit. So you have Bruno here saying, hey, so some Discord bot I've got for another server fucked up and went and deleted a bunch of messages I've sent recently. That's why the ones above are missing. Sorry about that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm sure it's a Discord bot that just randomly started deleting your messages and not you deleting the messages because you're about to get exposed. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, sorry about sorry about that 15-year-old little boy. Some bot just like took over my messages and started deleting a lot of the damning ones. Like, how the fuck did that happen? So just wanted to make sure you knew that that wasn't me deleting them. Like fuck off. Holy shit. They said okay. He said, "What happened with the others too? How are you doing?" They said, "I'm doing all right." Bruno here says, "Nice. You'll probably see some more shit come out about me too. By the way, it's gross, but it's all faked." Are you fucking kidding me? They said, "Nice. You'll probably see some more shit come out about me too. By the way, it's gross, but it's fake." Chats we've had though, I want to ask, is it going to stay between us? They said, "Yes, it stays between us." Are we fucking kidding me? This guy's like talking to his grooming victim, this 15-year-old little boy who he has sexually taken advantage of. And like, yeah, you're going to see some messages of me like grooming other minors and some very serious allegations from that side and some stuff in my past. But I'm not that kind of person. Bro, you're literally talking to the person that you're sexually taking advantage of. That's a minor. That's another one of your victims, you fucking weirdo. Holy shit. Oh, just the bots starting to delete stuff. By the way, our conversations, you're not going to expose me either, right? Trying to have the evidence, that's a crime. Oh yeah, destruction of evidence is a crime. Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably going to get documented. Okay, we go on to additionally, he eventually removed Anon as a friend and deleted all his messages. Anon managed to save about 1/3 of their conversation. However, we cannot directly share it due to Anon's privacy and safety. However, we have gathered a selection of chat messages that Bruno sent to Anon during their 7 months of interacting. So we have Bruno here saying, "Oh, Jesus Christ. Again, this is going to be rough." So you have Bruno saying, "Okay, I'm going to be gaming with people probably till about 12-ish my time, 1 a.m. your time on Friday night. But after that, I'm free to get you undressed for pics." Oh, Lord. "Would you take your clothes off for me just now since we're alone?" He said, "That is better. Not going to lie, the bra off as well with the pic taken from your chest looking down to your toes would be absolutely amazing." They said, "Oh my God. When when you next at your dad's, by the way, just so I know if you're wanting to take pics and undress and stuff. Don't think I'll ever get over those naked pics you took in your bedroom on your bed. Those were absolutely amazing." He says, "Oh, nice. And that's fair. Obviously, I prefer you wearing less, of course. Want to get naked for me again? Oh, yeah. Need you in the short skirts too. I want to see some proper bent over pics showing off that butt with your female undies on and off." And then this one's really small. I'll read it to you guys though, where it says, "After that though, I would love to see the mess you can make all over your tummy and chest, maybe even your face, even if it's a video without you showing your whatever, as an idea." He. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God. I need a shower. That could land him even more prison time. They would have to suspend his Discord account. So far, I'm seeing him getting at least 40 years, 20 to 40. The devil is talking, taking all the angels from God. I mean, Jesus, I don't know what else to say about these messages, guys. Like, holy fuck. Like, bro is a fucking monster. Like, like coaching, encouraging, telling them how to take the pictures. Like, fucking hell, man. And this is the guy that the Sea of Thieves community, the Sea of Thieves Discord community wanted to protect. Like, not the community in general. A lot of the community is actually against him. They never liked him since, he had allegations a year ago. And even though he had allegations a year ago, the community manager still pushed him into the boatswain role, which is a powerful role on the Discord because people look to you for advice and communication and positive interaction for you to actually coach and teach people about the fucking game. And they just like pushed him into that position. Holy fuck. And mind you, the person he's grooming, right? The 15-year-old that he's grooming, met him in the Sea of Thieves Discord. Yeah, this is like WW with Vance McCon. It's always the one in power. That's what I'm saying, man. They have this power and they feel invincible and they feel like, well, I'm already a predator. Now I have power to back it up. That felt just nasty and disturbing as the EDP chat logs involving Chet Goldstein in some ways even more unsettling. Yeah, because like he's just getting very descriptive, and you can see his disgusting, nasty, fucking like predatorial energy coming out there of like coaching this 15-year-old and telling them how to take pictures and shit. Oh my god. Like yeah, less shit pics, but okay. So this part I actually can't show on stream. I actually can't show this, even though it's blurred. It's like very limited blurring. Uh, so like I feel like this would definitely trigger something. But hold on, I'll explain to you guys what is going on. So, mm, god damn. So, Bruno, sorry, I have to like, even though the guy blurred it, it's still like not safe for YouTube or whatever. But Bruno basically says this. Okay, this is a Discord message where he says, "Gonna do this and show as much as you're comfortable with as possible." And basically, the image shows a femboy laying in like fishnet leggings, like kind of with his legs apart. And again, like the one part's blurred, but that's pretty much it. And then there's another message where it shows Bruno saying, "Stand close to the camera if you can and pull them really far down in both your hands so you're showing some of the you know what for me." And again, it's a picture of basically a femboy. Again, this is like the pornographic images that he was sending the 15-year-old. A femboy standing there, like pulling down his pants, I guess, or his undies. Um, so yeah, that's I can't show it, unfortunately. It's just it's blurred, but it's not blurred that good. Okay. But essentially, yeah, it's him coaching the minor on how to take pictures of things he found on the internet, which is Jesus Christ. Rare needs to be held accountable for enabling this guy. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what everyone in this Discord is saying right now, where it's like, yeah, thank you guys for banning him and booting him off the Discord server, but you guys knew for a year that he had allegations already, inappropriate conversations with minors in the transgender community. Yet you guys just pushed him to become a boatswain above everyone else. The community was against it because this guy was a weirdo and they didn't like him in the community. And they did it anyways. And then boom, a 15-year-old gets groomed amongst other people who haven't spoke up yet because there is rumors that he groomed other minors as well during his time. Not like we want to see that shit. Fair enough. It does show you kind of it's hard to describe. It's like hearing about a predator, but then you actually see the crime scene and it just kind of like actually hits you from like a real position where it's like, ugh. Like, yeah, you heard about this guy murdering a child, but then you see the crime scene, you're like, this guy's a fucking monster. That's kind of like in this situation where, you know, I'm explaining to you guys, but if you actually saw the images that he was trying to get this 15-year-old to try to do, you know, it would add a different layer of fucking disgust to this whole thing. EDP virus is real. I mean, it's just a sickness that unfortunately some people have, and some people stay quiet about it and never act upon it and live normal lives, but some people, you know, act upon it and have no problem harming minors in order to get their sick, disgusting fantasies off. It's really that simple. Does he live in the UK? I'm not sure where he lives. The information I know about him is he is like 32 to 36 years old. He's had allegations in the past. He's like an ally of the trans community. He really plays into the whole like, you know, pronoun stuff. And I think genuinely that's just to like get himself involved in with minors in those communities and stuff. But wait. Hold on. Someone just posted in the Discord. Plube, you may have been onto something about Gideon. Why is he making slop? MJ was innocent content on an interview where MJ self-incriminates so much. Interesting. Why Sea of Thieves look like Fable a little bit? I mean, it's just kind of like Rare's style. I think Sea of Thieves look really pretty, but I do see what you're saying where it's kind of like it's like kind of cartoony. It's kind of like Sea of Thieves very plays into kind of the cartoony nature of it. You know what I mean? I'll say he's 34 for now to keep things simple. Yeah, I think like from my understanding, if you guys want, like if people in the chat want to go look at the bigger files that's like 75 pages long, we can read through a couple of them. If you guys really want more context to the situation, because the files actually go into what he was accused of in the past, how he became a member of the Sea of Thieves community, how that stuff came up. 34 and a femboy fetish. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Oh, hey, Plubia, speaking of Gideon stuff, I did give you a mention to a guy named Bloodspeth. Bloodspeth? Who's this? Bloodspeth. I'm going to get this off my screen just in case I accidentally pull it up. Welcome to my channel, Lolcouse. Oh, so it's like a fellow content creator. All right, I'll check it out. I have no problem with people liking weird things. You do you, but don't be disgusting about it. I mean, I don't kink shame. If you have a kink, by all means, whatever, right? Nothing stopping me from you. Like, I've always been an opinion where I'm never going to stop people from loving each other, right? That's why I've always been pro-gay, pro-trans, whatever, to a certain extent. Obviously, you guys know my opinions. I'm all about trans people. Like, do whatever the fuck you want because I'm a free spirit. I think freedom is one of the most powerful things we have as humans, right? Freedom's very important. So if you want to, like, get engaged to a guy, by all means. If you love each other, like, how can I live with myself if I stop you from loving the person you want to? But when it comes to like pedophiles and animal fuckers and shit like that, that's when I draw a line because you're actually hurting something at that point. You know what I mean? And same with kinks. If you're into feet, by all means. If you're into dressing up in a big fucking, blow up doll suit and fucking each other, who cares? If you like going to those giant fucking couple swinging orgasm places, by all means. I don't really give a shit. But we don't want to know all that. Yeah, true. He's the guy who covers lolcows and has been exposing them. Yeah, I checked out his channel briefly. Bloodspeth has been on Nova's ass recently. Good. Hulo is cooked. Yeah, he's Dunsky. I mean, a part of me hopes that he gets better and finds God and actually like recovers from this. Based on how he was acting, it does seem like he does. I would hope he feels bad about it and is willing to. He admitted it to the police. So that's one step more than EDP ever has done. Yeah, he debated with Danky Jabo and Gideon on a call about Philb's allegation. He's been talking to Gideon about Nova Online, and there's interviews about it. But I did mention you about the Kayla Hoskins endangerment situation since you were the only one who covered it. Oh, true. Cool. Well, it would be nice for them to look into it because I think like Gideon's just a ticking time bomb. You know what I mean? Like Gideon can sit here and do as many predator catches as he wants, and hop in Penguin Zero's comment section and be like, "Yeah, we caught Hulo and all that stuff." Yet at the end of the day, his past is going to catch up with him with the Kayla situation. Since Gideon did defend Fibs, which there was evidence that she is a pedo, but Gideon said that since she was autistic, he sympathized with her. It doesn't matter if you're autistic or not. It does not matter. And the thing is, though, if you're autistic to such a degree where you're like touching people inappropriately, you shouldn't be out in public, or you should be with a care owner or a caretaker the whole time. Like that bugged me about Johnny. What was his name? Johnny Elbows. That's a callback. If you guys remember Johnny Elbows, that guy with the fucked up elbows, he commented on like a little girl's butt. It's this little girl, and she walked away, and he was like looking at her. He's like, "Ooh, her butt looks good in those shorts or something." She was like fucking 6 or 7 or 8 years old. So obviously he got canceled, and people are like, well, he's autistic, right? They say comments like that. I'm like, well, if he's going to make creepy, weird comments towards children, why is he out in public filming TikToks and shit? Jodion was scared of Plubius at one point of time. True. True. His manager was scared shitless. His manager was literally deleting videos. Bro, these ads are annoying. So annoying. What the fuck? There shouldn't be ads rolling. I didn't set up ads, so I don't know why. I mean, they might be default though, because I'm live streaming. I mean, there shouldn't be ads rolling. I mean, Chris Chan is autistic, but that doesn't mean sexually assaulting their mom by the same logic from Gideon. He'd excuse Chris Chan as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like mental illness and stuff like that doesn't excuse it. Run up ads for Plube. I mean, there shouldn't be ads. I didn't set up ads, but because I'm partnered, like they might just end up rolling ads anyways. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do now? Do we want to keep trying to learn about ads, but drama, but ads keep ruining it? How much ads have you guys seen so far? Because if this is a real issue, I'll like try to figure out how to enable them for next stream. I don't know if I can do it right now, but I didn't set them up. You know what I mean? When I go live, I just go live. But yeah, we can dive back into the it's randomly like 2. Oh, okay. So I guess 2 and 50 minutes if you've been here the whole time, I guess isn't terrible. But it's always at the most important times. I'm probably going to keep this live stream up though if you guys want to like rewatch some of the parts. Yeah, it shouldn't be running ads. That's actually really annoying. But yeah, if you guys want, we can read more of the documents or we can move into something else. We can I don't know, do a Q&A, do something else, talk about something else. What time is it even? Holy shit, it's already 10:30 at night. Jesus H Christ. Well, I'm expecting to stream pretty late tonight, so read more. All right, bet. All right, so we're now we're actually going to look at the we're going to look at the files. Okay, guys, the Sea of Thieves files. And that should give us a little bit more context too. I tried doing a brief explanation on how the Sea of Thieves community handled this situation, but this is going to talk about his previous allegations as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Hold on, let me find the files real quick. Also, I gotta do a quick run through it just to make sure there's no like sexual conduct in it. Well, there's gonna be sexual conduct, but not like that would get me banned. Okay, so hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Hello. Hi. Live streaming. Yeah. Tuh. All right. Well. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Love you. Bye. All right, chat. Hold on. Let me catch up on chat here. I need to know everything I need to know. Dude, it's 75 pages, boys. It's 12 a.m. here. Yeah, I didn't even notice it was getting so late. It's already like 10:30. It's 10:30 for you. It's 21 past midnight for me. Holy shit. You're a grown man. I am 14, bro. Yo, Ploob, did you get any of my messages about Bloodspeth on Discord or just in general? Because I already looked him up. I subscribed to him. Why am I still up? Finna hate myself in the morning. Hey, man. I'm all about you watching my stream, but if you gotta go to bed, you gotta go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm pulling up the files now. Again, this is 75. This is 75 fucking pages on Twitter. Oh shit, on Twitter. What, you messaged me on Twitter? All right. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to read the 75 pages of this file? Holy shit. This is why like it's so hard to make videos on like lolcows too, because like you go like, oh, I'm gonna do a video about a lolcow, and you go on like Kiwi Farms or some shit, and it's like 1,000 fucking page document just dedicating everything. But yeah, Discord definitely works too, since you can contact him immediately for crucial information about the Kayla case. So you want me to message him? Does he even know who I am? 75. I don't know if I'll be able to stay the whole time. Might go to bed halfway through. Fair enough. We'll try to get through some of them, but we'll see. Like I said, I kind of want to live stream pretty late tonight. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into the Bruno files. Again, I can't see chat though while I'm reading the files, so every once in a while I'll stop to catch up on chat and just you know, catch up on stuff you guys are saying, because when I pull this up, I can't read chat. All right, so it starts off with the Bruno files, where it says a collection of the numerous controversies and issues surrounding Bruno, he/them, as well as the circumstances that led to him being pedestaled into the community. Note this document is best viewed on a laptop or PC, blah, 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 blah. TW, grooming and sexual remarks, transphobia. So this is his profile picture. This is his character in Sea of Thieves. It says the Bruno Files introduction. He/them, also known as Bruno, previously known as Testicle, Jesus, is a 33 turning 34-year-old who was a Sea of Thieves community boatswain and a namer in the Sea of Thieves community. He self-identifies as a bear and queer. I believe a bear in the gay context is a gay man who is big and hairy. I'm pretty sure. For all my gay hairy bears out there, um, you know, for all my gay hairy bears out there, sorry about that. He/them, queer. He calls himself a trans ally, which there is little evidence for except for his numerous over sexual comments made on the online space towards transgender people, which will be displayed in this document. Bruno's whole personality is to remain wholly positive without any ounce of negativity, even when negative topics or periods of the game come up, and his poorly received updates or terrible decisions on the games for the game's team. This personality is entirely one-dimensional, and as you will see in the document, is a charade in order to get close to people in a position of power in Sea of Thieves community, which he has successfully done so, allowing him to get away with things things that a regular community member would have been outcast for long ago. Bruno was active on Twitter for a period of time, however, shifted to Blue Sky after controversy brought him widespread ridicule. He has been surrounded with numerous controversies, and recently many allegations and new information has come to light, including that of grooming. When concerns about previous controversies have been brought up to the community managers or Sea of Thieves support, they were ignored and not acted upon at all. Note, as of 12th May 2026, Bruno has been stripped of his boatswain title and banned from Sea of Thieves. As such, I've decided to put together this document in order to allow members of the community to stay up to date with the current situation, as well as having a single document in order to compile all of that we know of them and circumstances in which they became a boatswain in the Sea of Thieves community. Please support the victim at all times. Your support means everything to them. Hold on, let's catch up on chat here. Yeah, I'm winding down as well for a short shift in the morning. I'll check the stuff out later after my shift. Good night. Yeah, good night, Darth. Thanks for stopping by. I mentioned him to you on a live stream, and he streams pretty frequently, but I don't know if he did watch your videos, but I do suggest messaging him on Discord. Yeah, I could do that. All right, he's 33. Noted. I was close. Yeah. Yeah, he's 33, 34. There was some areas that were saying he was 36, 37, but still, a 34-year-old is double the age of the person he was grooming, which is crazy. All right, we got the context. Sea of Thieves is a pirate game released in 2018 by Rare, a subsidy of Xbox Game Studios. It's a very social heavy game with a very large community. It is available on a majority of platforms. Sea of Thieves boatswains are members of the Sea of Thieves community that are above of a regular community member, supposedly representing the best of the game's community. In reality, this is mainly a promotional role given to those that Rare believes would be a good fit to represent the game in official spaces. There are no proper qualifications needed to become a boatswain except being helpful and being friendly. Sea of Thieves boatswains and all members of Sea of Thieves community are expected to uphold the code of conduct and the pirate code in their social spaces. In-game players are also bound by the Xbox community standards, as we'll outline in this document. Bruno has broken numerous of these rules, as well as Discord's terms and services. As you will see in this documentation, Bruno should not have and does not meet the, albeit murky, criteria to be a Sea of Thieves boatswain, nor should remain in the Sea of Thieves community based on numerous actions brought to light by his own actions, which have harmed the community as a whole, and has shown his true face to those who have been affected by his actions. All incidents will be the best will be in the best chronological order they can be. However, some events may overlap or occurred both pre and post Bruno becoming a boatswain. So on, let's take a breather. So basically, yeah, they kind of talked about who he is, the context of Sea of Thieves, and how he kind of became a boatswain, given the fact that he did not fit the criteria. Also, for your information, you do message him about the engagement stuff. Remember to include that his manager tried to cover it all up. Oh yeah, I'll send him the videos. I'll send him the videos I did. If he asks about Kayla, just tell him not to message her, as she does not want anything to do with the drama anymore, as I asked her before. Yeah, I talked to Kayla yesterday briefly, and she's doing her own thing, man. But yeah, let's keep on with this file. Hold on. 75 pages, by the way, chat. Bruno's incident. The following section will comprise the numerous amount of incidents tied to Bruno. As you will see, outside the first major pig incident, the only response to this are to delete any messages or evidence on his part to make screenshots or images look fake. Thankfully, there's enough evidence that's been compiled to show that many of these victims did happen. Footnotes have been added to link each image to post on its purpose. If any footage are dead or missing, the full publication in this document is a result of poor damage control methods. All right, guys, we got some incidents. To go over. Hold on, let me get a little bit more comfortable here. Pre-boatswain incident before April 2026. Even before becoming a Sea of Thieves boatswain, Bruno had already managed to get himself into a lot of controversy with members of this community. Bruno plays with a cheater. In December 2023, although this occurred in December 2023, the controversy was largely unknown until it got brought up during his Plays with Cheater incident. When Sea of Thieves players Golm and his friends encountered Bruno at Sea of Thieves, they encountered Bruno, who at the time used the gamertag Testicle, and a player named Deadly DJ 420. When Gollum encountered Testicle and Deadly DJ, they believed that Deadly DJ, Bruno's teammate, quickly laddered onto their ship. Gollum quickly messaged Bruno, sending him a clip. It is mentioned here that after you, Bruno, scuttled, you said you didn't want proof. Gollum sent the clip to Bruno anyways on Discord in case he wasn't aware of his friend was cheating. Bruno responded by calling him a fucking loser and chalked it up to hit reg. Here's a trimmed down version of that clip Gollum sent to Bruno, around 10 seconds. Okay, so if you guys don't know, basically, hold on, I'm going to try to explain this. Being, a person who plays Sea of Thieves, laddering is basically a cheat in which people can basically get on a boat really quickly. So we're going to watch this clip and actually see how bad the laddering is. So yeah, we'll check this out real quick. I don't know how well it's going to play. Hold on, I'm going to watch it first just to see if it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to show it to you guys because it's like kind of pointless. But basically, yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, we'll skip this part. Cheating. Yeah, cheating's bad, but when check Deadly DJ's account status form, it can be seen that they were banned 2 years ago. Concerning that they are still banned even after the second chance policy was implemented, it's likely they're permanently banned for cheating. So now we move on to the pig incident. This is one of the first high-profile and infamous incidents of Bruno, which has led to a lot of controversy and backlash even to this day. Around 24th or 25th of February 2025, Bruno played Sea of Thieves, a minor 16, along his friend Murph. During this time, for whatever reason, they made a range of inappropriate jokes and named their pigs inappropriate names with the minor present. A photo of the three pigs with inappropriate names was posted on X, which has now been taken down. So we have, holy shit. We got your meat, my hog, and bust a nut, or to bust a nut. Interesting. Inappropriate pet names in Sea of Thieves is an offense that is not taken lightly. This has resulted in many people having their pet name permissions revoked. For things less worse than this, Bruno did not have his pet name's permission provoked by Sea of Thieves and support as a result of this incident. As expected, making these sexual jokes with the minor, especially at Bruno's age, and posted it to the Twitter led to a lot of backlash from Sea of Thieves community, which led to the post being taken down almost immediately. As a result, he temporarily deactivated his Twitter account. Pig incident response. When this inappropriate post was called out by a friend of Artists of Thieves, he was directly messaged on Twitter by Bruno, who threatened him saying it was a joke and it didn't need to be explained. Hold on, let me catch up on chat real quick. Guys, we have 75 pages to get through. Holy fuck. I'm gonna go eat a Hot Pocket. Sounds sweet. Oh, you're sending me a bunch of Twitter links? Second Pred Alert. Wait, like now? Sea of Sleaze? Sup, bro? Oh, Bruno is Scottish. Oh, there you go. What's going on, Jaegerbomb? We're just reading through a 75-page document about a fucking pedophile in Sea of Thieves community, allegedly. The joke doesn't need explaining because it's not for you. However, harassing someone you don't follow, have never engaged with, couldn't have found the post or account without being sent it is beyond obsessive and pathetic. This will be taken further if it continues, so consider this your only warning. What a fucking loser. This is your only warning. Like, oh my God, what a loser. All right, Twitter and Blue Sky. Damn it, Bella, Bruno's partner at the time, posted on Blue Sky showcasing their conversation with Bruno during the fallout of the incident, where they prompted Bruno to apologize for the incident. PSA for the Sea of Thieves community. Many of you are aware that I've been in a relationship with he/them Bruno for some time now. I've separated with him due to his discussing, joking of sexual topics with a minor and his refusal to accept any wrongdoings. Hope this message clarifies my position. Oh, I don't want to fucking read through all this. Holy shit. First of all, sailing with a 16-year-old when you're 32 regularly is already a bit bloody weird. A 16-year-old who is apparently comfortable with discussing jokes about a sexual topic with you, downright concerning. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so my stance, I don't think it's weird naturally to play with someone younger than you in a video game. I think that's fine. Like, that's the thing with me is like when it comes to stuff like that, if I join a game of Overwatch and someone's playing with like a 14-year-old, I don't care. But when you play with someone that young in a video game, and you can also mentor them a lot too, right? Like I played Sea of Thieves with I think like a 12-year-old. He didn't have a mic, right? So he was just messaging me, and I was just asking like, "How long have you been playing the game?" Whatever. And when I was talking to him, I didn't ask any personal questions. I kept it on the seas. I basically asked like, why are you deciding to play Sea of Thieves? Like, what made you want to play it? And I was helping him get money and teaching him about the game, right? So when you're playing with certain age groups, it's not weird to play with that age group, but when you make sexual jokes and talk sexually and make comments, then that's fucking weird. Right? I think like for me personally, like people are like, "Oh, it's weird if you play with a minor." I think that's fine if you play with a minor and like actually teaching them about the game and like have fun. You know what I mean? You have fun with them and shit like that. But it's different when you actually start making sexual jokes and talking to them as if they're 18, 20, 21, right? Making jokes you would with your of age friends. You know what I mean? Yes, another pedo exposed in Bruno's circle. Wait, really? Another one? Did you find out what was wrong with the last stream? My internet was just going through um, a bunch of issues over the last couple days, but we're good now. Isn't it Sea of Thieves, that pirate game on Xbox? Yeah. Well, it's not just on Xbox; it's on like other platforms too. But it's like a Game Pass Xbox game. Yeah, it's a pirate game. Yes, and it's on PS5 and PC too. GJ academics type behavior. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if you get criticized for playing with a minor, I think that's weird. I think it's weird that people will criticize you for that. I think as long as you talk to them like they're a child, not like necessarily like they're a child, like don't make them sound like they're stupid, but like don't get personal, play with them. If you guys regularly play and you build a bit of a friendship, just don't get sexually weird with them and be more of like a mentor figure for that individual in that specific gaming community. Like, I think that's fine. I think it's fine to do stuff like that. But it gets a little different when you add them on Snapchat, you start Snapchatting them, you add them on other platforms. That's when it gets kind of weird. But if you keep it in the game and maybe add them on Xbox or different gaming communities, that's fine. As long as you know understand that they're a minor and you don't say anything weird or sexual that you shouldn't be saying to a minor. Yeah, there's one kid I used to play with Marvel Rivals with, but we only kept it in the game. Exactly. I think that's fine. I've had friends too that were like minors that, I kind of like, played with in games and stuff like that. And we'd have like, casual conversations about, life and stuff like that. But it never got sexual. It never got weird. If they like, let's say you're in a situation where they bring up something sexual, it's your responsibility as an adult to shut that shit down and be like, no, I'm not comfortable talking about this stuff with you. That's stuff you got to talk to your parents about or your fellow minor friends. I'm all about just playing games here, right? Like I've met a couple minors in Phasmophobia that I've hung out with and played with in the game, right? And kind of taught them about the game. But I don't go adding them on Snapchat and other platforms and off platform stuff like that because, in terms of the game, I don't mind playing this game with you, but, I'm a grown up. I'm not going to be messaging you and talking to you about Skibbity Toilet off the game. It doesn't even have to be with minors. Just don't talk about your personal life on fucking video games or anything else than that in general. No, I agree with that. Unless you got like really good friends. Like I have some really good friends that aren't minors. I have some really good like friends that are just normal friends. And we talk about personal life stuff, but that's because I've known them for a very long time. And we've gotten comfortable enough where we talk about personal life stuff because we've known each other for so long. Right. But for the first couple months or weeks, you usually just talk about games you guys like and just play games, right? Don't be downright creepy as fuck towards minors, period. Exactly. I feel like there's no problem with you being a friend, like friends with minors in a gaming setting. I think that's fine. But I think, like, yeah, just don't be weird or sexual. Is that like such a hard criteria to fix? You know what I mean? Or do I pull a Yandere Dev where I'm like, I'm lonely and I've been sitting at home for the last 2 years and I completely forgot what reality is. And so someone showed me a little bit of attention and we start talking inappropriately. It's like, yeah, but there's a little thing in your brain that should trigger something in your little brain and be like, ooh, we shouldn't be talking about this. Like, if you're not a pedophile, that little trigger in your brain should set off and be like, I'm not comfortable talking about this. Like, you can straight up say, as the adult, I'm not comfortable talking about this with you, right? If a kid brings up puberty or, their sexual interests or their sexuality, just immediately say, I'm not comfortable doing this with you. You might think it's just innocent banter from your perspective, but I'm not comfortable. And as the adult, right, as the oldest in this party or this situation, let's cut it here, right? I want to play Marvel Rivals, but don't have a console it's on. I gotta get a Switch too, but let's stay on topic. I'm about playing games, not becoming your best friend. Yeah, I mean, I played Marvel Rivals with the Jaeger Bomb. I don't mind, like, that's the thing. I don't mind playing with like my viewers and stuff like that. But I'm always down. I'm always down. Parents got to do their job. Exactly. Let Plu preach. Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just find it weird when people are like, oh, you're friends with a minor online? You're a fucking creep. It's like, well, it sounds weird, but I don't think people fully understand that sometimes that is just like a friendship where you guys just bond over a game, right? It doesn't have to be weird. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't need to go off platform onto different social medias. You guys don't have to be sending each other Snapchats every morning. You know what I mean? Like it's that simple. A lot of friends that I make on Xbox and stuff, we keep it on the platform. We keep it on Xbox. They'll message me on Xbox and say, hey, you want to game some Phasmo? Hell yeah, let's do it. Pastor Pluby. Maybe that's what I'll do in my second life, eh? Become a pastor. To be fair, most of my IRL friends play on Xbox and PC. I'm on PlayStation. Yeah, like I understand that from that perspective, but like I don't know. I'm just talking from experience that I've had friends that were minors in the past. In Phasmophobia and in Sea of Thieves, stuff like that. And I just feel like you can be friends with minors, just don't be weird. I think it's that simple, right? And understand that, you guys are just playing a game together. Snapchats every morning is a red flag. Okay, to put this in perspective, all right. I was playing Rec Room a couple weeks ago, where I was playing with my brother. And me and my brother were like, okay, let's play Steal a Brain Rot. Okay. And so there's still a brain rot game mode on Rec Room, and we're playing it and we're just having a good time. And we're just kind of like fucking around. Obviously, we don't really care about that shit. And we end up like making this posse with this one girl who literally straight up said she's a minor. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, whatever. Like, we're just playing the game. And then we were like chill, like we were just playing whatever. And then she asked me, she's like, do you have Discord? And I'm like, I literally asked her, I'm like, for what purpose? Like, why are you asking for my Discord? Like, for what purpose? And she's like, oh, so we can play the game later. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll add you as a friend on the game. And then if you want to play, message me on the game. Right. And she's like, oh, but I want to add you on Discord. I'm like, no. Like, that's how I was. I was like, no. Right. Like, I'll add you on the game so we can play Rec Room on the game and, play whatever. Because obviously, we had fun. It was a good time. But I'm like, as soon as you ask me to go off platform, I'm like, no, no, thank you. Like, yeah, like people will be like, oh, I'm friends with a minor. And then they'll be like, also, we like Snapchat. We have like a fucking 300-day Snapchat score. I'm like, okay, yeah, why? Like, I only have IRL friends that I play with on PlayStation. Speaking of this timeline, crazy Xbox is making a huge comeback. Oh, I know. No, Xbox actually, like, I was kind of an Xbox hater there for a bit. I literally have a video on my YouTube channel saying goodbye Xbox or whatever. But like, I'm not gonna lie, Xbox is low key making a comeback. I feel like they're making all the right moves right now. So I'm kind of hopeful for Project Helix. Bruno was not only demoted to Boatswain, but temporarily banned from Sea of Thieves form. Yeah, like he basically got banned off the Discord and he got banned off Sea of Thieves. But how long that's gonna last, I have no idea. Boundaries, exactly, boundaries. They're still being protected. Are they like they're still like I feel like we're looking at the form right now. Hold on. Xbox might be better than PlayStation now. I mean, it's getting PlayStation recently was like, oh, by the way, if you don't log into your game every month or like connect it to the Wi-Fi, we're gonna take away your fucking, your console or your Game Pass or whatever it was, or your access to the game. Because you're just buying a license. You're not buying a game. You're buying a license to play the game. You're basically buying permission to play that game, which is crazy. But yeah, PlayStation. I don't know. I feel like PlayStation's been taking L's lately. Like, didn't they? Wasn't it PlayStation that recently added so you have to like ID verify that you're 18 plus to use a mic or something? Or am I tripping? I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that like for PlayStation you have to like ID yourself to like use the chat features and shit now, which is like great. I have to send my government issued ID to even more companies. PS5 is so gay. That's like one of the only consoles I've never owned. Xbox is kind of better than PlayStation. PlayStation is making all the wrong decisions. Meanwhile, Xbox lowered Game Pass. Yeah, like I feel like once what's her name, Arsha. Damn, that sounds racist as fuck. She became like the boss, and she's actually running the show over there. She's like not fucking around, right? Like they're not fucking around recently. And again, this is gonna sound really small in the grand scheme of things. But like recently, Xbox released an update where if you're a Game Pass holder, right, Ultimate or Premium or the regular, they'll give you a birthday gift. So like your birthday week will come up and they'll like give you a birthday celebration on your Game Pass and you get to like blow out a candle on a cupcake. I know here comes the EDP jokes, but basically you blow out a cupcake candle and you get like 2 times rewards on your like games or whatever. And then they give you like a sum of Xbox points at the very end. Like that, what a small update, but actually makes a huge difference for you as a small member of the community or you as a gamer to feel actually like wanted and needed. You know what I mean? Permission. I'm trying to play this game, not borrow it. It ain't Blockbuster. Unfortunately, in the big 2026, that is actually what happens though. You're just when you buy a game, it doesn't blatantly tell you, but you are buying the right to play the game. At any moment, they can cut off your service. Like legally, they can just straight up cut off your service. And that's why Stop Killing Games is such a big initiative right now. Gay Box versus Gay Station. It's your digital library, but it's not going to take your games. It's just when you're not on the internet for a month, you have to reconnect the internet to renew your license. Yeah, I get they're not going to take your game away. I do understand that. But from the perspective, it also feels like, why would I need to do that just to renew my license to play the game? Like that just seems extremely unnecessary, especially like let's say you have a PS5 in your camper, right? A camper that doesn't have Wi-Fi, which is kind of rare. If you have a PS5 in a camper, you're obviously going to have a pretty nice camper. But let's say you're not really connected to the internet and you have that PS5 in your camper and you go on a trip, right? You go on this long trip and you set up your PS5 to play once you get to the campsite, and you can't play any of your games because you haven't renewed the license and you don't have access to Wi-Fi. That would fuck over your entire trip. Yeah, you have to do that in England. First pedals flocked. The Fortnite and Valorant communities. Now Sea of Thieves was around to be next. Well, I mean, look at how the community managers treat it, right? Are we surprised this even happened? Few GTA 6 finna have so many pedos. Oh my god, bro. I think that's just statistic because there's gonna be so many people playing it. You own nothing and be happy. I know. Ubisoft, man. Ubisoft. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy about it. I hate this console war bullshit, though. Though just play on the console you prefer. I mainly play on PlayStation because I have the most of my library on PlayStation. Well, the console war back in the day was always like my hardware is better than yours and my exclusives are better than yours. But now it's kind of become a moral, ethical debate where it's like my company's less shitty than your company. But the reason why I'm kind of an Xbox stan is just because I grew up on Xbox, and I do like an underdog story where Xbox has always been underperforming compared to PC and PlayStation. And especially since Xbox seems like they're trying to get their shit together and try to show the community that we are trying to be better, and we're trying to take ourselves seriously. I got to support them right now. Like, this is why I'm sticking with Nintendo. Nintendo would never do that. Oh my god. Yeah, which is bullshit because if I have to skip the internet bill for some reason, I would have to literally go to my friend's house and connect to their internet after a month just to just to play my games. Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, that's what I'm trying to say is like, even though most average humans on this planet in, the countries and stuff, they'll usually have access to internet. Like, most typical people who are doing gaming have access to internet. But I feel like, yeah, in a scenario where, let's say you don't have internet for a month, let's say again you have your PlayStation 5 sitting in an RV that you only use for camping and it hasn't been connected to the internet in like 6 years, it would fuck you over if you just can't play your games because they have to renew the license. Older games are better. That's kind of the reason why I also got an Xbox One X, because it is compatible with a lot of 360 games, and they upscale them too. Bro, I just want to play games. I don't care about the console war bullshit. I mean, I don't care about it either. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all just trying to game, right? We're split by war, but we're all connected by gaming. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you game on, Xbox, PC, PlayStation. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to game. We're all connected by our love for gaming. People are still playing on the PS3. There's still a very, very active community on Battlefield 4 on the PS3. You know what I mean? I was always like, me personally, I was always a generation behind on console gaming. I didn't get the Xbox original till I was like 14 or 13 or 12 or something, which the Xbox, by the way, came out in what, 2003, 2001? In 2001, I was like 3 years old. So I didn't even get to play the Xbox until the 360 came out. And then I didn't get a 360 till the Xbox One came out. Let Destructor preach. What else do you think Nintendo releases their 20-year-old games? Old games are goated. I mean, they're just simple, man. Like, I'll let you guys guess. Guess what my favorite all-time game is ever that got released. Just guess. Out of like the history of gaming, what do you guys think my favorite all-time game is ever? It got mentioned in the stream already. It did. It already got mentioned. The number one, my favorite game. Don't go to my YouTube channel and look up my top 10 game list. Just tell me right now, chat. What do you guys think my number one favorite game of all time is? Asha Sharma looks good for 37. Dude, she looks good. But that's the thing about Indians, man. They normally age very nicely. Yeah, just think. It did get mentioned in chat already. Someone already mentioned it in chat. Either wasn't here or wasn't paying attention. It got mentioned, but not in the way you guys think. It got brought up comparing something else. But yeah, my all-time favorite game ever released in the history of ever. In the history of life. Fable 2, really fucking close. My favorite all-time game is Fable 1. UP professional pedo brother defend wait, hold on. UP professional pedo brother defender tentacles vid addressing Bruno. No, the only video I watched talking about Bruno was shit. It was some other guy I watched briefly who kind of did like a live stream going over the stuff. Honestly, I just miss single player games where you just fuck around and have fun. I just like the vibes of old games. Yeah, I mean, it was just gaming, to its own discredit, has become so complicated nowadays. Like back in the day, I remember on the Xbox, right? Take you guys a little bit down memory lane here, a little bit of what you call it, nostalgia baiting. But essentially, I had an Xbox original till I was about, I want to say about 15 or 16, where I got a PS3. Right. So for 6 years of my life, I was playing on the Xbox original. And so I'd get home, right, from school, grab my Arizona and a little bag of chips. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh god, the nostalgia is just making me sneeze. But anyways, I'd grab my little bag of chips. I'd get home and I'd just boot up Fable 1, right? Ghost Recon. I'd boot up NHL 04. I'd boot up what other games was I playing on the Xbox at the time? Battlefront 2. Man, I fucking love Battlefront 2. You know what I mean? Like it was just so simple. You boot it up and you play. You know what I mean? You just boot it up and play. I have a video on my Game Zero channel on why older games are better and work as I in the works as I love older games. I mean, they're just so good, man. The vibes are so good. Fable Anniversary on Xbox 360, it was my pandemic game. I know, right? Like that's the thing, man. I never actually. Do you know what's crazy? I've actually never I've never played the Anniversary Edition. I've only played the original, the Lost Chapters on my original Xbox. I probably put like maybe 400 hours into that game, which is crazy because it's a pretty, it's a pretty straightforward game. There's not much side content, like there is, but there isn't. Like it's kind of an RPG, but as linear adventure RPGs you can get. And I somehow put like 300 hours over like 17 different saves. This guy 995 says, "Hello guys, what up? What up? Bless you, appreciate it. What's up? Well, right now we're just kind of talking, but we were kind of going over the Bruno files. We kind of got lost in the conversation here. We started talking about gaming and several different topics at once. So, yeah, we're talking about the Bruno files, kind of. Some of my favorite games are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder Revenge, Marvel Comics Invasion, and Scott Pilgrim game, Fortnite, Deltarune, and Sonic Frontiers. Dude, those are goated as fuck. Especially Scott Pilgrim. At least on my Switch. I was gonna say those are very Switch games. I do have a Wii. Hell yeah, I do too. I mean, me personally, New Vegas, GTA 5, Fall of Cybertron, and Force Unleashed were peak when I was a kid. Dude, I remember playing, I think it was the Transformers 2 movie video game on the Wii, and that shit was fucking dope. My save data stuck on my 360, and I don't even play anymore. Oh Jesus. Well, we can be lost with conversation. I know we were talking about the Bruno files, which were only like 3 pages into a 75-page document, and now we're talking about video games. God, that's why I love streaming, man. Is the fact that we'll start something and we'll get so sidetracked where it's like it's such a vibe that we'll just keep talking about games or just like other topics. Dogs get ridicule. We haven't got a new Transformer game or Fallout game in the last 10 years. After 12, we're finally getting another GTA. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it is ridiculous. Sonic Frontier, someone knows ball. Can't really use it due to me lacking one of the cables. Ah, damn. I was 11 when Sonic Frontiers came out. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, I would love an open world Ninja Turtles. That shit would be so easy to make and it would be so peak. Yeah. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Loki making a comeback the last couple years, right? Like there was that movie, I think, and then they did all that promotional shit. There's like an Xbox controller. Hold on, I gotta show you guys this. Hold on. 10 to 11. Hold on, I gotta show you guys this. Hold on. I just gotta show you this to you guys because hold on, can I open this bigger screen? Bigger screen? Let me hold on, let me remove let me remove this from screen. Okay, for you teenage mutant ninja turtle Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak English. Hold on, I'm gonna try to share the screen. So basically, this released a little while ago. Hold on. So they released, fuck off. They released these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Xbox controllers, and there was like a pack of 4 you can get. And they had like these pizza slices as the battery pack, and there'd be like scent drops you'd put in it to make it smell like pizza. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? Would you like chat? Would you guys buy this shit? Sonic Unleashed was fire. I played Sonic Unleashed. It was that game where Sonic became a werewolf. Holy shit! Wait, really? Open world Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be peak. Really sucks they canceled the show. Usually Marvel versus Capcom. The new show was peak. I'm back. What I miss? You're gonna be super lost right now. Never mind. My birthday is in August, and Sonic Frontiers released in November. I was 11. I mean, to be fair, technology is way more advanced than we had back in the early 2010s and the late 2000s, but still no excuse for that. ES6 has still not come out. I mean, it's just also laziness. I feel like a lot of companies just aren't prioritizing. Those look peak. I mean, I wanted one. Microsoft needs to fire Todd Howard. Epstein's favorite console. Wait, what? For collectors. Damn, the controllers are fire as fuck. I know, dude, they're sick as fuck. Maybe if I had an Xbox. That's what I'm saying. But I heavily recommend the 8-Bito Ultimate 2. Destructor says no. Werehog is that Sonic was in that game. Oh, Werehog. Hell no, I'm not buying that controller. But the thing is, though, you don't even have to use the Senti thing. Like, that's the crazy thing, chat. You don't even have to use the Senti. You don't even have to use the Senti. That's the crazy thing. You can unplug it. It's probably so expensive nowadays. I'm sure it was like a collector's item at the time too. It was like a big collector's item at the time. I kind of want hold on. I kind of want to see like how much they actually are. Um, holy, holy shit! Why not? It has 100 hertz. The response is amazing as hell. Epstein had an Xbox and he got banned. Yeah, wasn't he like big friends with Activision or something like that? Scent smelling anything is the future. Yeah, bro, I can't wait till they make scent smelling fucking amaranth streams. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the scent smelling amaranth streams. I'm gonna be all over that shit. So funny how they use pizza as a battery pack. The burger would have even been funnier. Yeah. Yeah, the Fallout show is literally doing so well, and people probably want to play the games and messed up the anniversary edition so bad. The game just literally stopped working. Yeah, it's actually funny you brought that up because the Fallout show is the reason why I got into Fallout 4 again. I've played through Fallout 4 probably 4 times now. And the Fallout show actually made me want to play Fallout 4 again. Like the Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition was so fucking garbage. I'm still shocked that Todd Howard didn't get fired and how they're messing up Fallout 76. That's what I'm saying. Like they need to fire Todd Howard. Okay, he's so good at just overpromising. I don't know why they haven't even released anything involving the Elder Scrolls. Was it 7 now? Elder Scrolls 7 or 6 or whatever. I'm surprised they have not released that shit yet. Especially since Microsoft is like making like Xbox is making a comeback right now. He had ties to Bill Gates. Oh, little roast. Okay, so I found the pack of 4. Okay, so the pack of 4 controllers. Okay, and in on eBay right now. Guess how much it is for the pack of 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles limited edition sent pizza Xbox controllers. They're currently going as of eBay right now. It's getting betted on right now. All 4 of the controllers together are going for about 25,000 United States dollars. Holy shit. Good Lord. That's actually fucking crazy. He was buds with Bill Gates. Bethesda is literally the only game company that everybody is scared when they update their game. Yeah. I mean, besides Phasmophobia. So, yes, definitely fire Todd Howard. I would agree. I don't think Todd Howard has ever actually done anything really good. I don't. Do you guys remember? Like, do you guys remember when they were releasing those canvas bags and like the Fallout helmet? And the canvas bags, as shown in the promotional art, were like these thick, well stitched bags that would justify the price for the collector's edition. But when people got them, they're like these cheap nylon, super thin printed bags. Like Todd Howard should have got fired right there and then. It's worth 1 million. 25K for pizza smell. I mean, it's 25K to own a pretty collectible themed item, I guess. 2,000 bucks, 20. Yeah. Should have bought it when I had the chance. That's what I'm saying. Good luck now. One of the controllers is probably worth like hopefully less than that. Rich people aren't affected by inflation. Yeah. I mean, people don't mind throwing 25K at a box of controllers that smell like pizza. You know, there's people out there that have no problem with doing crazy things like that. Are you getting the Steam controller? Hell no. I'm good with just a basic Xbox controller. Plus, the Steam controller sold out within like hours, right? And now the only way you can get it is by like paying extra. Todd Howard, the lead guy for every game they did from 2002 to now. I mean, I'm not going to say Todd Howard hasn't done good things for the Fallout series, but like I can't name anything good he's done in the last decade, like at all. He's good at re-releasing anniversary editions. Like, oh, 5 years has passed and we haven't released a single game. Let's just release an anniversary edition of a game we already released. Like, or maybe start working on the next Fallout game, or maybe deliver on the promise of the next Elder Scrolls game that you guys fucking teased back in like 2015 or whatever. Well, Ploob, 8-Bito and GameSire are good options too, since their controls have no delay. Oh, okay. The only game that Todd Howard really has going for him is Skyrim and Fallout 4, and they tarnished the legacy of both those games. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like Bethesda just hasn't done anything good. I mean, even what was that game? Their new baby, the what was it called? Star Citizen or whatever the fuck it was. I played it for like 2 hours and I really didn't like it. Last good game Bethesda did was Fallout 3 Facts. Dude, literally Fallout 76 players are getting shafted, literally overpriced cosmetics. Yeah, I heard about that stuff. I never got into Fallout 76 because I got it and I'm like, where's the questing? Where's the things that make Fallout so good? Mind you, I played it when like it first came out. And I was like, where's the things that make Fallout so good? And there was like nothing to do when the game first came out. Like there was nothing. There was no NPCs. Everything got told through like audio clips. It was so boring. And the controllers are quite cheap. I recommend the 2C for 30 USD, but the Ultimate 2 is close to $50. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, I kind of stick just with my Xbox controllers because I'm just so used to them. I had a HyperX Xbox controller for a while. I mean, people like to talk shit about Fallout 76. I love Fallout 76. It's the nicest gaming community I've ever played in. I mean, that's fine if you like it. I'm just saying, like, I haven't played it since it first came out. Like, when the game first came out for me, I hated it because there was just nothing to it. I play Fallout because I like the in-depth quests, right? The RPG elements, the apocalypse formula and everything like that. You know, the aliens, shit like that. And I played Fallout 76 and it like took all that away. There was like no NPCs. There was really nothing to do. I didn't even like the grind. I was just kind of like, ugh. Sure, the launch was disastrous, but now there's so much more stuff to do. Now you can literally become a ghoul. I play it now and again. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'll probably give it a go eventually because it's kind of like with No Man's Skies, where I played No Man's Skies initially and was like, you, and then came back to it a few years later and actually enjoyed it. Same with Sea of Thieves. You know, funny because we're talking about Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves launched with like nothing to do, but then nowadays there's quite a lot to do. But yeah, with Fallout 76, I played it like when it first came out and I was just bored. Like, I don't think I've ever been that bored with a video game. I was just kind of like, what am I doing? What's the purpose of what I'm doing? The grind wasn't even fun to me. I was like, the grind isn't even a good time. I was like, yeah, this is pointless. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. But that's the thing with games, though. If games really want to be well received, they got to launch in a good state. They can't just launch in a broken state and then promise they'll fix it later. Yeah, I mean, RPG elements is essential. Not there, but for what the game is, it's actually fun, especially with friends. But when you get a certain level, the game plays itself. Yeah, I would expect that with a game like Fallout 76, where there's a bit of a grind there and some RPG elements. But I mean, RPG elements in the way you like level your character up and stuff. But HyperX released a Clutch Tanto mini controller. It looks so cute. Yeah, I tried getting into mini controllers. I just couldn't. I just couldn't because I grew up on the Xbox original. I like kind of like bigger, not like bigger controllers, but like controllers that like I feel more comfortable in my hands. Fallout 76 should have been delayed for at least 2 years. I agree with that. No, I actually agree with that because, like, yeah, like Jaeger Bomb's literally saying it's good now, but the thing is that when it launched, it was so bad. And I agree, if it's good now, it should have been delayed like 2 years. You know what I mean? Fallout felt eerie at midnight. Facts, dude. I remember. Okay, I'm gonna go on a bit of a story here, but I remember playing Fallout 3, right? And I remember playing it like pretty late at night when I was supposed to be sleeping. It was like a Saturday night, and it was already super late, and I like had the volume pretty much all the way down, and I could just hear snippets of my radio playing, and I was just kind of like I was at a point in the game where I was just kind of exploring, right? I was just kind of like walking around and just checking out some sites I haven't explored yet. And I remember I was on YouTube and I got recommended a video about the Fallout creepy pasta. And I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. And basically, the creepy pasta was if you killed Three Dog and you tune into Galaxy radio station, basically he wouldn't be there anymore. And it would just be like this eerie voice. And then it would just start playing like, what's it called? What's it called? That code that people use, like encryption codes or whatever. The do 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 do. Basically, it was playing that, and it was like predicting a lot of shit that was going to happen in the future. Obviously, this turned out to be fake because there's no actual viable evidence that this was ever going to happen. There was no voice lines or anything coded into the game. But I remember just being in my bedroom, just walking around Fallout, like 4 a.m. in the morning. The sun's not even out yet. Playing Fallout with the music barely. I could barely hear the music. And after watching that video, I was just like, I'm scared. Like, I felt so scared. I was like, why do I feel this way? It was like fucking creepy. I mean, to be fair, once you get to a certain level in Fallout games, the game just plays itself. Yeah. Same with Fallout 4 and Fallout 3. Like, you get to such a level in Fallout 3 that, like, you're pretty much indestructible. Especially when you get to, like, level 25 in Fallout New Vegas and you go to the gun runners and buy an anti-material rifle, nothing can stop you. And the fact that you can go into gun runners and kill all of them, too, it's just, like, I got to a point in that game where I was just killing, like, everyone on the strip. I was like, okay, this is my challenge for the next 2 hours. I'm going to kill every single living person on the strip. Fallout 76 was rushed out the door to cash in on the Cancer Night trend. True. Cannibalism groups too. Honestly, Fallout 3 had the most terrifying atmosphere, to be honest. It was just very, like, a lot of people say the atmosphere was boring because it was very desolate, but that was the point, right? There's a reason why you could walk in Fallout for like 10 minutes and not see anything and just see like landscape. You know what I mean? It was meant to be eerie. It was meant to be unsettling. It was meant to make you feel like you were a vault dweller surrounded by all these fake promises and loving family and, school and, the goat test and everything to going to this like awful, desolated land. It would be like an scary experience. Number stations. Yeah, exactly. Fallout 3 is my favorite just for the atmosphere alone. Like, genuinely love the feeling of Fallout being a hopeless wasteland. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, there's some creepy games out there, but nothing's creepier than Fallout when you got the radio station on a very dim audio on your Pip-Boy, and then you're just kind of walking aimlessly through the wasteland, getting attacked randomly. It's creepy, man. As much as I love Fallout 76, Fallout 76 at launch was probably the first sign of Bethesda lost its passion. True. I feel like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 was too happy. I mean, Fallout New Vegas just kind of went more for like definitely trying to do the Fallout vibes. Which I understand because it's fall, right? So try going more for the, casino vibes and the cowboy western and obviously like, stuff like that. Not to say that I didn't like Vegas. I obviously really liked Vegas, but Fallout 3 to me was just better. I just like the story more and I like the atmosphere and I liked, the progression system and shit like that. But Fallout New Vegas is good. It just doesn't have the atmosphere that I wanted out of a desolate, humanity has killed itself kind of vibe. I mean, to be fair, in Fallout New Vegas, I like the ending better because no ending is truly good for New Vegas. Meanwhile, Fallout 3 had one ending, but multiple outcomes depending on what you did. Yeah, and speaking about controversy too, if you guys remember back in the day, Fallout 3's ending was super controversial as well, right? The original Fallout 3 ending was really like debated online because it essentially ended with you just dying every single time, or you send your follower in and your follower dies. And it was just kind of like done, and then Three Dogs starts narrating over, what you accomplished. But then they end up updating it where, you live after, and there's obviously the Brotherhood of Steel quest line after that and stuff, or whatever. But like the original game, especially if you had what was his name, Hawks? Was it Fox or Hawks? I think it was Fox, which was that mutant that you find when you go to get the Gek. I think it's called the Gek, which was in that super highly mutated vault. And so basically they got the Gek, and then later you meet up with him again and you could basically say you want to be my companion. He's a mutant. He would definitely tank a rush of radioactiveness in that fucking container. So you send him in, it's like, how would he die? It just doesn't make any sense. Hey Ploob, get an original Xbox dev kit and make an Xbox game for it. Man, I would love to. Too bad the dev kits are so expensive, especially like the original Xbox. I'm sure those dev kits run quite expensive. New Vegas was more of a dark humor and edgy vibe with some of the old school Fallout feel. Yeah, it was more of like, it definitely was trying to be more of like a cartoony Western in some aspects of it. Like there's literally was it a perk that you can get that's called like the Wacky Wild West, which would do this like wild shit sometimes where it feels like you're like low key kind of losing your mind in the wasteland. The Broken Steed DLC, exactly. I missed the Godfather 2 and Left 4 Dead on 360. Man, Left 4 Dead, I remember when I was first getting into the Xbox, like first getting into like gaming and whatever, and my uncle had an Xbox original, and we'd play Left 4 Dead all night long, or Xbox 360, sorry, not original, and we'd play Left 4 Dead all night long. I love that game, bro. I love that game. The witch going, crying and the fucking, oh man, it was like the vibes were there. Same with my friend Nathan. I used to go to his house and play Left 4 Dead all the time. That was like our game to play when I came over. It was either that or Halo Reach. What would you make a game about? A game made by Plubius would be interesting. I'd probably make a horror game. I'd probably make a horror game. I'm very interested in like horror games and stuff like that. If I was ever going to like publish a game, it would be in the horror genre, probably. Memories, I know. The good old days. If you tried to send Fox in, he wouldn't go and say you have to do it, and you didn't. If you didn't have Broken Steel, that's what I mean. Like the ending was just so like weird. I mean, I'm not dissing Fallout New Vegas. It's probably the most true RPGs in the series, but all the gambling and music didn't make it feel like the wasteland. Well, I mean, that's the thing, bro. It's like New Vegas was supposed to feel like it wasn't touched by nuclear waste, right? The outside is a desolate place that didn't feel too crazy because it just felt like you're walking around Nevada or whatever, like the wasteland, the cold winter or whatever the fuck. Like that's what it felt like. And Fallout 3 actually felt like you were in a nuclear wasteland. Well, Fallout New Vegas, or yeah, felt more like you were just in Vegas. That was low key sort of touched by the nuclear waste, but not really. You get your computer set up at Canada Computers. No, I did not. I'd buy your game. You'd be like Puppet Combo. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if I was gonna make a horror game, it'd be I don't know, it'd be very like it would be very psychological, I think. And I would try to stay away from the whole like working at a pizzeria late at night, working a night shift security job. Since those games are vibes, don't get me wrong, like the queso bake games, like there are vibes and some of them are actually really well written. Um but I'd try leaning more into the more like deeper meaning stuff and not like cringy to the point where you'll play one of these games and it's like your guy the whole time has actually been in a drunken coma and he killed his family and he's dealing with the grief and that's the whole story and it's like I would do something like just a little bit deeper. I mean, I now know the lore reason for Robert shut down the nukes from hitting New Vegas. Sorry, I'm trying to read your thing. Robert Reed for shine the but still the vibe is just too happy for it to be a post-apocalypse wasteland. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. As Fallout 3 felt like you were in a post-apocalyptic era with like the buildings destroyed and DC and ruins and having to use the tunnel systems to get everywhere and the fact that the outside cities also were affected too. But I feel like yeah, Vegas was a little too clean. But at the same time, I liked the idea of there being different factions in Vegas. I thought that was cool, like a power struggle. You obviously have Mr. House. You have the crazies outside of it. You have the Kings and all. The NCR. And I just liked. I'll say Fallout 3 in terms of like atmosphere was better than Fallout New Vegas in my opinion. But in terms of like world growing and shit like that, Fallout New Vegas was really good. Just because of all the different factions and how they interacted with each other and how everyone was power struggling for New Vegas. And, I thought that part was cool. Might as well get an online subscription because I've been thinking of giving Dead by Daylight a chance. By all means. I mean, I've only played it once and I didn't have a good experience, and most people don't, but by all means. Honestly, if I could make honestly, if I could, I would make a play Mortal Kombat style Marvel versus DC. I genuinely think that game would make lots of money. Oh, I'm sure it would. The licensing would be pretty tough. A horror game would be amazing, but yeah, I know. But I was just hoping, like, I feel like I got a lot of good ideas when it comes to a horror game. I grew up on horror games. I've seen them. I've seen what works and what doesn't work. And I feel like I would know some good elements to get people spooked. What car do you drive? Well, theoretically, I drive a Jeep Compass, I think it is, or Cherokee. No, a Jeep Compass. Lamau True. I just hope it isn't broken day one. No, if I would release a game, I would make sure it's actually like fully functional. I would also like a Transformer style RPG that takes place on Cybertron, and you can create your own character and faction. Yeah, and then like if I wasn't gonna make a horror game, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'd probably I would probably make. Listen, I'm not even pandering. I'd probably make like Titanfall 3. I know that's kind of generic sounding, but I would probably, if I could, I'd make a Titanfall 3 game. A game where it's like online, but also would have a campaign, but also like you fight alongside mech robots and shit. I mean, that's just peak. I'm surprised like they haven't released the Titanfall 3 yet. I feel like that would do money. October is a big month for horror games. I know the money flows well. Yeah. I mean, I have thought, don't get me wrong, I would lie if I said I haven't looked into how to make a horror game. Like, I've been thinking, like, maybe on Roblox, I try to make a horror game on Roblox or, like, get like a PS2 graphics pack and try to do it that way. But it is tough, man. It's tough to make these games. Horror month before GTA 6. When is GTA 6 even supposed to come out? May? I just realized that you live 10 hours away from Nova Online. Post Falls is quite closer to Canada. Really? Really? Maybe an interview in the future? It's getting 10 hours away is still pretty far. Yeah, I want to play like '07 Transformer movie game where you can interact with your environment. That would be sick. Like with a hub world and using that to get to the next level instead of the line. Yeah, true. November. Oh, it's supposed to be coming out in November. So that's like right after Halloween. Did they say, are they like, that's my question for you smart chatters. Did they say if it's going to release with online, or is that coming later? Because I remember when GTA 5 came out that they released online like 2 weeks later. So like, are they doing that or no? Yeah, Idaho does border Canada. After all, true. It's actually surprising how close a lot of like big American cities are to Canada. Bro, these dumbass ads. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, it shouldn't even be. Yeah, that shit was peak when I was a kid. I still have the 2007 movie Transformers game on the PlayStation 2. It's fun destroying things in the game. With when it comes to Transformers, my main games that I've played of the Transformers series was the Transformer movies. I remember playing in them on the Wii. It was a fucking nightmare. And then the ones on the DS. I think there was a Decepticon and a Decepticon, and what's the other ones? The good guys. I played that on the DS. It was fun as fuck. Did you even read the first message I sent? I think I did. Oh, about the hub? Yeah, yeah, I read that. Like the one before the hub one. Um, I hope it isn't broken day one. The Autobots. Oh, okay, true. They're going all in for online. I think you need Wi-Fi to play. Probably. What the fuck? I would assume so. GTA 5 offline play saved lives. Yeah, yeah. Got all the DS and 3DS Transformers games. Yeah, they're pretty good at the time. I've sunk a couple like late nights, late school nights into the DS. You know, I'll just resend it. Yeah, it might not even been sent. That's the thing. Sometimes StreamYards is weird and it like censors things for no reason. Yeah, I still got those games to this day. Yeah, I lost all my DS games. But I do have like a 501 DS cartridge that I plug in and it has like all the Transformers games on the original DS. I mean, it's a bit of a cheat code, but now I just mostly play the PS Vita. Like if I'm laying in bed and I want to play a game, I'll play the PS Vita. But I think you can get a DS emulator on there though. I haven't really fucked with that at all. The last time I fucked with it was when I was downloading Cuphead, which was a complete nightmare. I'd make a retro style beat 'em up, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but with open world influence, like the hub world I mentioned. Oh, okay, yeah, dude, I would play that. Hell yeah, I would play that. That actually sounds sick as fuck. Yeah, especially with my 3DS, I have all the 3DS and DS games, and 3DS is backwards compatible with the DS games. True. Yeah, when it comes to like games recently, if I'm like laying in bed or chilling, I'll just play like I don't know, I'll play Cuphead or Bully. I've been playing through Bully recently. I stayed up last night or the night before till like 3 a.m. playing Cuphead. That was the most redeeming thing about my Nintendo is their backwards compatibility. I mean, that's something you can say to Nintendo is they are good at their backwards compatibility. Up until the Switch 2, where you literally couldn't even use Switch 1 cartridges anymore, which is extremely annoying. But it's like, oh well, it's just like it's faster speeds, which I understand, but most of the other games I played were using emulators. Yeah, true. Best believe those rooms were pirated. Baldi's Basics. I've been playing that on the Vita as well. I downloaded a ROM version of Baldi's Basics on the PS Vita. That game's fucking hard, man. I'm not buying a Switch 2 Nintendo's video fuck itself. Yeah, speaking of that though, like the Switch 2, I think like a bunch of YouTubers at the time were saying like how overpriced it was and how they're the first company to release like $90 games or whatever. And Mudahar literally made a whole like segment being like, I'm never buying the Switch 2. And then he posted like a picture of him like playing the Switch 2. Oh my god. I meant ROMs. My autocorrect is fucking me over. Yeah, like on my phone, I just turned it off because it was so annoying. I want Canadian McDonald's with Fruitopia. Which Fruitopia though? There's like a strawberry one. There's like an orange one. Yeah, I'm never gonna buy a Nintendo product that was pre-owned. That wasn't pre-owned. Yeah, I mean, I already told myself I'm not getting a Switch 2. Like I even said that stuff. I would get a Steam Deck before the Switch 2, but Baldi's makes up random math questions that automatically to be answered wrong. I know. The first ones you can get correct, but then after that you're gonna get some wrong, and that's like the whole point of the game, I guess. I've gone like towards the end where you have to like escape, and then Baldi gets me every fucking time. Correction, most of the older games I played were using emulators. Best believe those ROMs were pirated. Yeah. Strawberry sounds good. I like the strawberry Fruitopia, especially like on a night, like hot summer night. Yeah, Steam Deck restocks ain't gonna be back for a long time. Yeah. I've kind of understood that. I was like, maybe a ROG Ally, but like, I don't know. No way he gets mad when you can't answer a question you can't even read. But that's like the point of the game, right? Is like it's bullshit. Like you literally like you want me to pass your class, but you're purposely fucking me over so you can whoop my ass with that goddamn ruler you keep slapping everywhere. Like Baldi's Basics got to be the most like villainous villain out of the entire like any horror game ever. Like straight up. That's like me getting mad at someone on a newborn for not knowing how to read. Maybe that's just how Baldi is, man. He just does not give a shit. But yeah, in terms of like handhelds, I'm pretty secure here with the PS Vita. I'm at a point where like the PS Vita, I can play some older PS1 titles and shit, and I'm just chilling. Right? When it comes to handheld games, I don't need full-fledged AAA games like you could on a Steam Deck or like Cyberpunk on a Switch 2 at like 120 frames and shit. I'm completely comfortable with my PS Vita, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm 100% comfortable with my PS Vita. I can play older PS1 games. I can play Battlefront. Fuck, that one's on me. Trust me, he loves the PS Vita. It's his favorite handheld. Something like that. Something like that. Yo, chat, we're also like 2 hours into the stream, and I've gone through 3 pages of that document or that document. Oh my god. We got sidetracked for like 45 minutes. Like how I don't know how my chat's able to do that every single time. We'll be like talking about something and then all of a sudden it's like an hour later. Like we're just talking about random shit. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but I just find it's funny how like this always happens. Bruno a boring pred. I mean, he's interesting. It's just like I didn't mind reading through the initial documents showing off some of the like DMs and stuff. But like this document's just gonna be kind of going like deep into them, which is like I don't know if I have the energy for that now. It's like already 12 o'clock at night. I don't know if I want to sit here and read through documents of a guy being a weirdo in the Sea of Thieves community. Bruno offers not a lot of entertainment. He's just a loser who likes femboys. Also, nobody has time for 75 pages. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I find him interesting in the fact of the discourse around the situation and how he even got into the position of power and how a lot of things had to fail to get him to where he was. But I agree overall. I think he's definitely more of a boring person to talk about. You know, honestly, the PS Vita and the 3DS are probably the best handhelds. Yeah, it's just they're ahead of their time, man. Like the idea that I can play Cuphead on a handheld system from like 15 years ago is nutty, and it actually run good. Like the fact that I can go lay in bed and play Cuphead is crazy, and I didn't pay a single dollar for any of those games. Make a video on it instead because 75 pages is too much to go through. I mean, I think I'm already gonna like cut up the stream and talk about the initial allegation stuff, and then maybe in a future video I'll actually go into the 75 pages, or save you guys the headache and just read the pages myself off stream. The 3D tech on the 3DS was way ahead of its time. More consoles need 3D screens. Yeah, but I feel like that was just kind of a statement of the time, though. I feel like everything was wanting to be 3D, and I feel like nowadays no one really care about a feature like that. Even though it was cool, don't get me wrong, I liked the 3D feature on my brother's 3DS because I never owned one because my mom thought I was okay with my DS Lite. So she ended up buying my brother a 3DS, and I stole it a couple times to play, like, was it called Skylanders and shit? And I remember playing Mario with the 3D stuff active, and it was pretty cool. Why'd we stick with 2D? Kind of the same reason why like most movies aren't in 3D anymore, and like 3D as a movie genre kind of went downhill. It's just because it was kind of like a sentiment of the time. I'm not going to be biased, but I think the 3D kind of gives PS Vita a run for its money. I mean, I can see that, but I think like overall though the PS Vita was like better hardware. You know what I mean? If we're like just gonna talk about straight like how the games ran and stuff, it was better hardware. But people would argue that the 3DS had better games, which I wouldn't argue with. I would agree that I think the 3DS did have better games. 75 pages, lock his ass up. I know. Honestly, the 3D feature on my 3DS kind of burns my eyes. I mean, it does add this kind of like weird fuzziness after a while on your retinas. It does add this kind of like weird kind of like gloom and doom to your eyes after a bit. But I remember going to a museum for a school trip, and I brought my brother's 3DS to play on the bus. And I remember I was using 3D, and after like a couple hours of just like looking at the 3D screen, I was just like, oh God. I had to like turn it off. The 3D hurts your eyes, get a 2DS. I mean, I had a 2DS. That was the thing. I might just pick up the 2DS XL, matter of fact. By all means, you could probably find it pretty cheap. I keep seeing videos of people in Japan going to like these retro stores and stuff and like finding like PS Vitas and 3DS and 2DS for like hella cheap. Like 100 United States dollars or less. I mean, yeah, the straight up hardware, yeah, there's no contest. PS Vita kind of beats the 3DS and that, but the backwards compatibility with the DS games and exclusive gives PS Vita a run for its money. Yeah, I could agree with that actually. Yeah, even though the PS Vita has some good modding and like there's some decent games, I would say that overall the 3DS probably does have the stronger games and the backwards compatibility of it. But I guess it depends on the kind of person you are. If you want to play like Nintendo games and some games like that, obviously you'd pick a 3DS. If you want to play more like indie, not really heard of games like Don't Touch My what was it, Calamari, Gravity Rush, games like that. It's not bad. PS Vita does feel better in the hands though. Yeah, it's nicer. And I have grips for it too, so I feel like it's not digging into my palms. PSP games all work on the Vita. Yeah. Well, PS1 games and like PSP games do too, because I have an emulator. So I can actually download like most PS1 games that are backwards compatible and most PSP games as well. But the 3DS has two screens. True. And they're doing that shit before two screens were a big thing, where you'd have like YouTube on the bottom screen and the game on the top. Obviously, that's not really what the 3DS did, but you know what I mean? No idea why Nintendo stopped doing the two screens with the Switch. Because again, it was just more of a sentiment at the time. Honestly, I think the best 3DS model is the new 3DS XL. The other feels fragile. The new 3DS XL feels sturdy and handheld. Sure wish the PS Vita had a UMB drive. I would love to watch Spider-Man 2 on it. That would be nice. I think can you I'm pretty sure you can watch movies on it, right? Or is that the PS Vita or the PSP? I think the PSP you could watch movies on. At this point, just get AYN Thor. Yeah, I've seen that. I thought it didn't run very good though. I thought it was very controversial. Plus, isn't it like fairly expensive? 3DS create a lot of drawings artists. Yeah, I mean it was with the PictoChat and shit, right? I was an artist too with PictoChat. It's been improved and there's a cheaper model. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I looked into that a little bit, the Thor, because I thought it looked cool. I was like, oh shit, that thing looks sick. But then I heard like it's not that great. Yeah, you can watch movies on the PSP. When I first got my PSP, it came with Jaden Smith's Karate Kid. Oh Jesus. Yeah, because like you could buy the movies and stuff, right? The little disc movies. That's crazy. But I also think that's cool how like if you're on a family trip, you don't have to play games the whole time. You can just whip it out and put on a movie. Like that's pretty funny. All right, chat. Well, I think I'm gonna go head to bed since it's getting pretty late. But this was a really good stream, guys. I'm glad we were actually able to fucking stream. I've been trying to stream the last 2 days, so I don't think we're gonna get through the 75 pages, but maybe that's just a me thing that I'll do later on. But yeah, I think this was a good stream. Good conversations. The Kung Fu Sensei was evil, and I don't mean Jackie Chan. True. Good night. Yeah, you guys have a good night. Take care. Get a good rest. Good. And if you got school tomorrow, obviously go to school. But yeah, I'll see you guys. See you guys in the next stream or the next YouTube video or something like that. But yeah, peace out, guys.